instead of writing this open letter?
No, he can write letter to the president. He was formerly the president. The two of them are in the same party.
I know he can write the letter, but what I'm asking is, in addition to writing this, or rather than writing this open letter, in order to prevent this mob action mentality or mindset, so that if you don't trigger it, should he have made a reference or say, listen, this open letter has been addressed to the police?
He should have done that.
This matters. People will not say, look, this is the case. Because our law says you're innocent until proven guilty.
Of course, yes. Of course. But the man has never said that Jonathan is guilty. He has never said that in that letter. So that Jonathan is guilty. So
if you're right,
whether he's guilty or not, let the security operative come in.
Okay, if you
and
write,
the public should be aware of what is happening.
If I write to you and I say you're training certain people to do certain things, and I'm specific,
yes,
where's the room that I've left?
Well, if you write to me that I'm training some specific people for certain reason, I may not take you up. What I will just tell the whole world is that I did not. And if you have the proof, please point it out. That is all.
Mr. Jimoh.
It's a matter of question and answer. And if you think you have done it, you can defend it why you have done it. If you have not done it, tell you what, I have not done this. No, it's now the responsibility of the person who has written and made that allegation to now prove to you. The most important thing is that before now, most of us will not have even heard about this. But with what is happening, we will be able to know what, even if some people have been trained to do such a thing, or some people have been put under security watch,
rightly or wrongly,
everybody will, whether it is true or not, I know that will not come up again. That's another way out.
We started, Makwe pointed out that you're a leader in your own capacity.
Of course, yes.
Now, if your mentor wrote this to you, how would you respond? Let's just say you put yourself in the president's shoes and look at the president's response to the letter. How would you rate it?
Yes, he has responded well, as far as I'm concerned, as the president,
yes,
the chief security officer of the nation, the grand commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that response is subjective at the end of the day, simply because these people that are trained when it comes to issue of security and intellectualism will now come in and wade in and see what is going to be the result of this.
Okay. Now, you say the response is okay, in your opinion. Yeah. But let's look at some of the issues that were raised in the former president's letter. Issues, as you said, of development. You talked about development.
Yes.
Now, how would you rate the administration in terms of responding to those issues of development, for the war against corruption and service to the people of Nigeria?
No, the SSA to the president rated President Jonathan to be 60-65. And you invited somebody to your China station. That's Baba Adebanjo. You rated President Jonathan to just 30%. If I want to do justice to that, I will also say 30%.
And that
on any issue at all.
And that will be justice.
No, I say we.
Okay.
We. It's quite different from we. I personally, that's what I will do.
Okay. Now,
but for whoever that cares to know what is happening, the entire country can now judge. I know President Jonathan has done more than that. But that's what the SSA to the president, Dr. Duyokuta, has also done. Is that justice? 60-65, very good. Under this backing scheme, is 60-65 very good?
You know, it was the same kind of feeling that people had when you said they should visit your website. You posted you're working very hard.
Yes.
And people say, what do you mean you're working? I'll give you 30, my friend.
Yes.
The same thing they said at that time.
Because I know, but I was not even saying that I'm working hard. I said people can go to my website. That's the website of the local government.
But
and check what is there.
that was a 70 you gave yourself there.
No.
Was it 30?
What I'm saying is that.
No, was it 30 you gave yourself
from saying 30, 70. I have never come here to mention figure. What I said was that for people to judge me.
No, but we know.
Go to my website, the website of the council.
You were giving yourself a pass mark. You can't fail yourself.
No,
would you fail yourself?
Is it possible for one to prepare an exam and at the same time mark that exam by yourself?
But will you fail yourself?
Me? I cannot fail myself. It's not possible for me to fail myself. That's why it cannot possible for President General to fail himself. But for SSA to the president, he has come here to tell you that President Jonathan has scored 60-65. And somebody else
let's leave the
President has scored 30%.
Let's leave the SSA and the other person that scored the president. Okay. The president responded to a letter that raised issues of development. You said it was development that you were going to look at.
Of course, yes.
Now, when the president responded to that letter, he talked about issues of development.
Yes.
Now, what is your opinion about the president's response?
I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied.
Why are you not satisfied?
Because...
Can you be specific on what areas?
You see, I'm not satisfied simply because the security situation in the country is not too good for any one of us. It's not too
But
good.
are efforts being made?
No, fine. That's what we want. We want more effort. You must criticize government so that you get more. That is what we want. You can't keep quiet. Channels don't keep quiet. You always bring things out, people will be checked. That's what government is all about.
Did you also read about that former president's daughter's letter?
Well, that's the family affairs. I don't want to damage to anything family, daughters to father. That's what's my problem with that.
But that's a letter too.
Yeah, it's a letter, but it doesn't, as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to damage to family. I want to damage into national issue.
It wasn't. It was connected to that first letter, which you said was for development.
Whether it's connected to that or not, that's daughter to father.
You don't like 100% development.
I don't want to get myself involved.
But hold on.
In anything that has to do with a letter from a daughter to a father.
Hold on. Now,
it's a family.
do you also know that politically, it is believed that the president is a son to the former president?
Yeah,
politically.
If you are talking of...
Is that not a father to son relationship? Why are you dabbling into it?
That's not a father to son. That's not. We are talking of biological father in this instance. Yabo to Baba Obasanjo. That's biological.
Are we not also looking at a bit of politics? I mean, she was a former senator, and he too was the former
president.
president.
He was her mentor.
But he has never written as a former senator to his father.
Oh, but when she wrote, she mentioned it in the letter.
That does not mean the content of the letter is not what you are going to take up. The person who's writing the letter and the person who's addressing the letter to is another thing. It's intertwined and interconnected. You have to look into that. It's beyond Jimoh is writing to Chamberlain. No, that's quite a different thing. Yabo wrote a letter to his father. So what's my business with Yabo and Obasanjo and Obasanjo himself?
What would be your response if, pardon me for botany, what would be your response if the president is invited by security agencies to say, okay, well, look, we've seen this letter.
The former president.
The former president.
Okay.
We've seen this letter making the rounds. Please, could you bring us up to speed?
Nobody's above the law.
Where did you get all this?
I expected that to happen by now.
Oh,
yes.
Before now?
Yes. That should have happened by now. Nobody's above the law. That will even depict what is happening in Nigeria, that somebody somewhere cannot say because I have been the president before, I can do anything. No, you can't.
But isn't it your party that will first of all scream blue murder?
My party?
Yes.
To do what?
You know, people are saying that that's when they now start saying, yes, the president is being, or the former president is being persecuted, you know,
for saying what is, just there now,
for what exactly, for what is allowed ordinarily in a democratic setting, you know, his rights are being trampled upon. Are these not things that can come out of it?
Jimoh, I will expect the president to just his own response and that of Obasanjo combined together, send it to the security operatives. Please check this in details. Don't forget, Obasanjo was a retired soldier. He knows much more about security, even more than the current president. You should not play with game with this.
Maybe in terms of
it's very important.
In terms of recent information, as the current president, you're abreast.
If you are talking about the current president, you only get information from the security operative. Obasanjo can get security by himself, as a person who has been trained to do so.
Okay, Mr. Jimoh is the chairman, Yaba LCDA. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.